Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Is this him? Yeah, that's him. The mounted swordsman shouts down the road to you. You there! Sorcerer, speak your name. The horse whinnies and sort of takes his stamps in place.
I've been waiting for this moment for months now, it seems. I proudly say, Pulgasari Maldris.
Well, what business have you here?
I seek rest in this village, this town. But that man, I point to the one, accosted me back on the road. Charged me with his sword. His friend shot at me, and I roll up my sleeve and pull back my cloak to expose the wounds on my arm.
We heard tales.
Are you not arresting him? For assault? For brigandry? For attempted murder?
Put up your hands.
I raise
If
them.
you come willingly, this will go easier on you.
Grit my teeth, but I know I can't take these guys on. Even if I could fight them, I would be, this is right out in front of the town. Even if I did take out a couple of these guys, the rest of the town guard would be here and kill me in a heartbeat. And they've got horses. I'd show my hands. Give them a dirty look.
Roll a perception check.
$19.
Okay. You don't hear them approach, but two men-at-arms come at you from behind. Leveling short spears in your direction.
I make no move to hinder them.
Bind him and gag him. We'll find out what this one wants. Feel a jab at your side as it's prodded with a spear.
I go willingly.
The other timidly goes to tie your hands.
I let them tie my hands.
And
I don't like it.
And they will gag you as well. Tie a strip of rope in your mouth. And prod you into town.
All right. Go. As we walk past the guy with the sword that had attacked me, I give him a look of, I'll be back for you.
All right. You are escorted into town. The sun is set. It's growing dark. You're brought in these palisade walls.
Do I overhear the name of the man on horseback?
Roll a perception check.
22.
Yeah, you overhear them calling him Sir Darian.
Sir Darian. Nice.
And you are sort of brought through these bustling city streets past curious onlookers and pulled relatively quickly into a building just inside the town. Looks to be some sort of guardhouse. It's made of cobbled stones. And you are brought in and down a flight of stairs. Actually, no. In this first room, there is a cage in this corner, like built into the corner. Yeah.
Do they take my
stairs.
bag?
Brought into the building. They take your. No, it's probably tied to you, if that makes like they bound your hands, and so you've got a strap
Oh, I see what you're saying.
with your
Yeah.
hands bound. So yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay. I take it they take my dagger though.
Yeah. At some point, they find and take your dagger.
It's okay.
Uh,
Moving daggers from my character sheet.
put you in the cage and shut and lock the door.
I will sit cross-legged in the middle of the floor, staring at my captors.
In the room, it's about four men gathered, armed and clad in reds. You can roll a, well, I don't know. Yeah. That description probably is fine as you'll need to get. Their leader appears to be this Sir Darian, clean shaven with long flowing black hair. Once he removes a bucket helmet.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing piecemeal armor as the rest of them, but some of his pieces are metal, as you saw glinting in the setting sun. Well, what are we going to do with you? Yeah. Ungag you. That's rich. That's just what you'd want us to do.
I roll my eyes at him.
What's your plan here? Get inside the city?
I nod.
So what? You can blow the place up?
I shake my head.
Who sent you?
I say through my gag.
Was it the Duke of Seagate?
I shake my head.
Then who else? Oh, for Christ's sake. Gary, get his gag.
Ugh, thank you. Nobody sent me.
You have to go to the wall of the cage.
Sure, I get up and...
Someone reaches in timidly and cuts your gag with a knife.
Oh, thank you. Nobody.
One wrong word, and we'll stick you.
Nobody sent me. I'm here for my own reasons.
Lies.
Why would I lie to you? I've left Seagate. I'm here willingly of my own accord in the south. I'd rather be here than there.
Really?
Just nod slowly. Perhaps we can be of service to one another. I know many things about the North. About Seagate.
You will be a great service to me. Here you can fetch a pretty prize for a sorcerer.
What do you intend to do with me? Sell me into slavery?
That depends on what you tell. I ask again. He takes a couple of steps towards the cage. Why are you here? Are you standing in the cage?
I'm standing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he looks you eye to eye.
Jan chews his lip for a moment, thinking, how much of the truth do I want to tell this guy? Looking past him at the wall, thinking to himself, I have enemies in the North. People who would see me dead. I have come south to escape them. hoping to hide amongst the chaos of you know who.
Well, enemies in the north. I can't imagine why.
You really can't.
Why did you attack my men?
Have it the wrong way. Your men drew weapons and assaulted me. I simply defended myself.
He looks over and shrugs.
Do I look like I
Hey,
could assault 2 armed men?
Gary has it that you're some sort of sorcerer. Turned your fist into stone and crushed the life out of David. Where is he?
Your friend, Gary, I say looking to Gary now, surely is dead. He paid the price for assaulting me.
Gary. Gary looks flabbergasted. He's not. Gary's in the room, but okay, yeah, okay. So you're saying he's okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
he does take that as some sort of curse on his life or what have you. Sort of stutters, backs up.
I look back to Sir Darian. You might want to consider the possibility that your men are in the wrong. You might want to keep a tighter leash on them, or they provoke someone.
You're an interesting chap. But you will talk. He turns and strides to the other side of the room.
Ask away. I am full of interesting tidbits that you may find useful.
I ask again, who sent you?
I tell you once more, I sent myself. Why are you so convinced that I am an agent of another?
You slip into our lands.
I walk proudly and without hiding down the main road.
Murder my men.
They attacked me. Self-defense.
Self-defense or not, it's treasonous.
It's treasonous to defend oneself from a man who aims to kill him. If that is the case, then I have committed treason. But I think if you look more closely, you will see it is they who have committed the crimes, who have besmirched your honor by enforcing their own brigandry under your name.
You speak too much, philosopher, and say so little.
Wanted the
true
truth from me? I give it to you.
Is
You
it
don't
true what he
want to.
says? Do you have the gift?
Many people would say I am a gifted man. I dance around the subject.
Gag him again.
I take a step away so they have to enter the cage to gag me.
Yeah. Darian unlocks the cage and 2 step in and restrain you, gag you. They eventually cut your backpack and take it out of the cage. Do you have anything secured to your person?
Just my coin purse and I guess the sheath for my dagger if they took the dagger. And my
I guess so.
wineskin is probably hanging from my belt as well. I think the
Yeah,
spell book is.
Gary says, "This is David's wineskin."
It was. Oh,
They, yeah, I think they take everything.
okay. I think my spell book is buried. It's like shoved
Yeah.
down partway in the food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you open the backpack and dump it out, you'll definitely find it. But I think if you just look at the top, it's not readily apparent.
No, he does go through your stuff. He opens the backpack, rummages through it, but doesn't pull out the spell book.
Good.
He's like tosses some of the food aside. There's like 40 pounds of food in there, isn't there?
25?
25. Okay. Yeah, so all your
24
stuff
pounds,
gets
yeah.
sort of set in a heap next to a desk.
All right. Well, if they've cut my pack from me and my hands are still bound, and now I'm
Correct.
gagged, I will just pace in my little cell.
You don't even really have room to pace. It's
Okay.
probably like 6 feet by 6 feet. I guess you can like about face.
Yeah.
Step, turn.
Maybe I'll just pace. Like I'll go the the perimeter. 2 steps, 2 steps, 2 steps.
Mm-hmm. A couple of the guys eventually leave, including Darian.
Is it just now one person?
There's 2.
2 left.
Mhm.
Neither of them are Gary.
No Gary.
Okay.
Well, it's night. You got a place to rest.
Mm-hmm. Leon thinks to himself, if I can only get to my spell book, I could turn my fist to stone and I could probably bend these bars and get out of here.
You have another Fist of Stone, don't you?
Nope, I am out of spells.
You're a specialist. You have 2.
Right, but that first, I had used one that morning to kill the guy that I captured, and then I used the second one to fight those guys. I'm out of spells.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's dumb? I used my only spell to defend myself. How is that dumb? I would have died on the road if I hadn't.
Whatever you say.
Alright. How far is my pack from my cell?
Less than 10 feet, but it's on the other side of the cage.
Yeah. So while I'm waiting for nightfall, which probably isn't that far away, I consider if I were to, stick my leg all the way out of the cage, could I reach the backpack and drag it over? Or is it beyond? No.
I think that's beyond. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a 7% chance to bend bars, so I will wait for nightfall. Try and work my way out of my ropes. And,
All right. How are you going to work your way out of your ropes? I think that will require another bend bars check, right?
Is this thick rope, thin rope? I do have rope use, actually.
Really?
I do. That is one of my few proficiencies.
Okay, go ahead and make a rope use check.
Yeah, let me just double check the rules on rope use. La 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 la. Character with rope use. If a character's hands are bound and held with a knot, he can roll a proficiency check with a -6 penalty to escape the bonds. Ouch.
That's rough.
That is rough indeed. Especially since my proficiency with rope use is only 7, so that's a d20 plus 1. Ooh. No cigar. If that doesn't work,
so only a 10% chance to.
I have a 5% chance.
With a -6.
That's what it says. If you want to modify that, I'm happy to.
Yeah, I think I'll let you. I think with a 15, you can work your way out of the bindings. They didn't tie them, but they tied them, in the heat of the moment. Yeah, right. You can work your hands free.
And of course, this is at night. When the darkness has fallen. And then I will ungag myself as well. Is there a guard on duty, or is this place abandoned in the night?
There are 2 guards on duty. They've changed. You said you waited till night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have changed shifts once. But
okay. Are they awake? Are they sleeping? Is this like the place where they can sleep in here and just keep an eye on people, or are they awake all night watching people? Are there beds in the room?
There's a guy who fell asleep in the chair nearest to your stuff. And then there's one there's another guard around. You waited till he stepped outside to go for your, to finish getting yourself untied. But he's been coming in and out. There's been a change of shift, so you would expect him to come back at any moment.
Well, I will take this opportunity and do my 7% chance to bend the bars and escape. Leon cracks his knuckles and his neck, goes up and...
So close.
Breaking a sweat with the effort. There's a guy sleeping in a chair that's close to my stuff. Is he also close to the cage, or is he out of reach from the cage?
It's within 10 feet. 5. Yeah.
But he's not like, I couldn't reach
10.
out and grab his clothes from my spot.
You have a 5-foot-long arm?
No, I don't.
No. Then no.
Right. Well, this hasn't worked for me. Let's see. Tumbling, rope use, blind fighting, reading and writing. Thieves can't. No spells. Can't get to my stuff. Can't memorize spells in the morning. Already escaped my bond, so I either have to put them back on or face the consequences of them finding me unbound. I only have my clothes. Can I pull a Jackie Chan from Shanghai Nights, pee on a rag, and try and bend the bars with it?
No. No, this is made of metal.
Okay.
No. Just no. Yeah, you've been stripped of pretty much everything except, I think, your clothes and then your bindings. Your shoes, maybe.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to try, or?
I guess I'm going to stand with my hand. How were my hands tied? Were they tied in front of me, behind me?
They were in front of you.
All right, so I'm going to pick up the things that I were binding my hands and very loosely wrap them around my arms. And then wait for the second guard to come back in.
Okay.
I don't have my gag on, so I will speak to him.
All right. Seems like a long while later. The other guard eventually returns, sort of opens the gate, sort of looks to his snoring companion, glances over to you.
Psst. Hey. Psst.
How are you speaking? Weren't you gagged? And he steps into the room and his left hand.
But water, please! I haven't had anything to drink all day.
He sort of looks down to the pile, keeping his eyes on you. He kneels down and picks up an empty water skin, gives it a shake, looks around the room, doesn't see any other water skin, and sort of stands back up. How did you get your gag off? So he steps a little closer to the cage.
Water, please. My hands are still, faux bound in front of me.
He begins to kick his friend awake. Mo, wake up. sorcerer's got his gag off.
Please, water.
Roll a charisma check.
14. Oh, good.
Me? You tie it back up. Got out on your watch.
Christ, give me some water and I'll tie it myself, please. You wouldn't want me to die in here, would you?
Come over here. Towards the bars. Is your gag like around your neck or is it just missing?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of fallen to my neck.
Okay. You approach the bars.
I approach, but not quite. Like I take a few steps towards them, but not enough that they could reach my face. You know, I meet them halfway, sort of.
Get over here.
Water, please. Are you... Fuck it. All right, I take a step all the way to the bars.
All right. He reaches his hands in and sort of grabs you and pulls you close to the bars and re-secures your gag.
All right. While he's re-securing my gag, I want to take my hands, because they're not really bound together, so I want to reach to the other side and drag him and like try and smash his face against the bars.
All right then. Make an attack roll with surprise.
Okay, so my normal to hit is +2, 1 from specialization, 1 from level, which means I guess I'm not getting any combat experience for this. And then surprise is another.
You can you can make the rolls without your bonuses and then add them if you need to.
Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it.
I'll let you do that.
Okay, so that's going to be a D20 plus 1 for surprise, and then I can add up to 2 if I want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. A 13 to grab.
Yeah, you grab him and pull him into the cage. You attack him with your other fist or something?
Sure. I mean, we can call it a fist attack, but I would like to, dress it up as smashing his head into the bars.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your typical melee damage.
My typical damage is D3 with up to +2, 1. I guess I'm not adding the fighter damage because I didn't on the attack, so I won't do it here.
Okay.
But,
you yank him into the cage. What do you do anything with your offhand?
No, I want to keep both hands on him, so I just holding his shirt with both hands. I want to make sure I have a good grip.
Yeah, he shouts. Utterly fails to get himself free. The other guy, actually, it's a roll for initiative. That was a surprise round. Ooh.
6.
You win.
Okay. I guess I'm already holding him, so can I just continue to smash him against the...
Yeah, you can roll damage twice.
Okay. I think this time I am going to apply my combat bonus, if that's okay.
Okay.
9 on
yeah,
the 2 smash.
You smash him into the bars a couple of times, and his body falls limp in your hands.
I dropped my knees, and I will desperately try and search for keys on his belt.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, most important perception check of the game! 28.
You scramble for his belt, you see nothing, and then you look over and you see the other guard fumbling with a sword, and you see the keys jingling at his side.
All right, well, at my next available turn, I will try and grab a weapon off of this guy that I just big smashed.
Okay. The other guard takes hold of he's going for his sword, and then he spots a spear leaning against the side of the room, and he goes for that and sort of approaches the cage. And what do you... you're dealing with the body?
Yeah, I want to be reaching for a weapon at this point.
Okay, so you're close enough that he can approach and take a stab at you.
Totally.
I'll give you partial cover for the bars of the cage.
Okay.
And he sort of stabs in and gets sort of clangs around on the cage itself and misses. You can roll initiative again.
All right. Do you want me to include a delay for grabbing a weapon off of the guy on the ground?
No.
Okay.
Use your typical 3 or
sure.
what have you.
So I'm going to go for his short sword. I think you said he had.
Yeah. Sure.
I will go for his short sword.
Okay, you are faster than a spear at least.
Hmm.
To draw a short sword and use it against the other.
Pull it out and then take a stab through the gates.
Are you proficient?
I am proficient with dagger, club, martial arts style A and D. So no.
Okay, so you can take either you can just roll your D2. I guess you've already nixed mage experience, so you can just take a -1 on this attack roll.
4 with a slash.
Is a miss.
First thrust.
He's unable to get purchase, and he backs away from the cage. I'll give you an attack of opportunity as he steps back.
18.
Yeah.
Cool. Crit. Number 5.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. He might have cover from the bars.
Roll for damage. Just the
4.
one. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough to bring him down. Doesn't matter if it's a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's unable to get at you through the bars and carelessly steps back, and you manage to spot a weakness in his defenses and plunge the short sword in.
Nice.
Bringing him down.
All right, then I'll use the sword to try and skewer and drag him towards me if possible, or if it doesn't look like I can, maybe try and get his belt and drag the keys over to me.
Yeah. Make a couple of attack rolls to see how long this takes.
Okay. 7, 14, 17.
Okay, you're eventually able to cut his belt loose and drag the keys over. Takes a couple minutes of scraping. The floor is now pooling with blood and it's all scratched up. You drag the keys over to your cage.
I will fiddle with them until I can find the one that unlocks my cell. Step out into the open area and ponder for just a moment if I want to be known as the man who decapitates people and leaves heads lying around. Leon shakes his head. No, I'm not that man yet. No, I'm here for the magic.
You get your stuff?
I grab my pack. I grab my dagger again. Or a dagger, whatever. Just one. And then I want to flee into the night. Leaving the bloody sword behind as well.
All right. You step into a city street, dimly lit by gas lamps.
I will...
The streets are not quite empty in this late hour.
I know which direction I came from, so I want to head further into the city. In fact, I want to probably cross to the other side and look for an inn on the other side of town instead of on this side of town.
Under cover of night, you slip through these city streets. Yeah, you can hear the sloshing of water vaguely to your right. And you make your way through dirt road and cobblestone.
Excellent.
What you assume is south. And you wander.
I look for a place I can rest my head.
Yeah.
Leon knows that the only real advantage is his magic. He doesn't have a lot of that, so he needs to get somewhere where he can keep his head down and sleep for the night.
Yeah. Eventually you wander over to the docks. You hear the sound of sloshing water. And you can see some of the gas lights glimmering off of the lake shore. You find an inn. Leon can read, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The Lockside Inn and Tavern.
Nice.
And
I take a moment to kick my feet on the dusty ground that I've been walking past already, hoping to kick off any remaining blood that might be on it. But I've walked all the way across town. There's probably no blood on the bottom of my shoes. And I will take a deep breath. Walk in.
All right. You walk up a couple of steps to like this open, what do you call it, like a porch. There's shuttered windows to the common room from there, which are currently shut. You open the door underneath a flickering lantern and step into a deserted. Well, no, it's not deserted. It's not that late. It's probably midnight or so. So there is actually a common room with a sort of fire burning down in the corner. Maybe a half dozen or so patrons, probably more. Actually, a dozen.
Okay.
And there's a
draw up my hood and immediately look for an innkeeper or a clerk or the person who could sell me a room.
Yeah, there's a bar sort of off to your left, and like a night desk or something off to the right. Okay. There's someone at the night desk, but the bar is still. The tavern room is still open.
All right, I'll
so you can approach the night clerk.
Absolutely.
Buy a room.
Yeah. I would like to rent a room for a few nights, please. Let's call it 3 for now.
It's 5 silver a day, sir.
Okay.
So 15.
Sure, I will. I hand him the 15. Yeah.
Okay.
The 15 silver. And then I pull out another 4 silver and say, I would like privacy as well. No changing of the bedding or anything.
Sure thing.
Okay. Does that come with food? Meals?
He shakes his head. I can see to have some things sent up for you.
No, I'll come down in the morning. Thank you, though. And then I, get directions to my room or have him lead me.
Yeah. He leads you upstairs to a private room without a lock. On the city side of this inn.
I will go into my room, take off my stuff, lean anything. If there's any furniture in the room, I'll lean it against the door, so if the door opens, it'll fall and make some noise. Create a rudimentary alarm system. And then
there's no furniture. There's
a
bed. There's a cot and a chest.
Then I will just tilt the chest against the door, pick it up and angle it, so if the door opens, it'll knock the chest around.
You're able to figure something out. It's pretty much pitch black in here.
That's fine. I think Leon's
the window is shuttered. Yeah, the window is shuttered, so there's some small amount of light leaking in there, but you're pretty much working in the dark, and you quickly fall asleep. Okay. You wake up the following morning.
I do? I'm alive? Alive. I think to myself. And first things first, I'm going to memorize 2 castings of First Fist of Stone.
Okay. Done and done. 20 minutes later.
Rather than go downstairs and eat any food from there, I'm going to open my bag and start picking at the supplies that I've brought myself. I will go downstairs later to get some water. But for now, I greedily open up my texts and cast my eyes upon the chill touch spell inscribed within, hoping to unlock its arcane symbology So I think that's just going to be a chance to learn, unless maybe Chill Touch is it an elemental spell?
Oh, it might be. Is it water? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm going to double check anyway if I can find my spells and magic. Here we go. I am, for those of you who haven't seen this character before, I am a geomancer.
An earth elementalist.
Yes. Okay, Chill Touch is not an earth spell, not an air spell, definitely not a fire spell, and it is not a water spell. So I have my 75%, and I think it's minus 15 for non-geomancer spells. I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's a minus 15% on non-elemental spells for me.
Sure. Okay. Is it plus 25 for earth or something like that?
Yeah, 25% for earth elemental, 15 for other elementals. I can't learn air at all.
Mm-hmm.
And oh no, it's a minus 25 to non-elemental spells. So I have 75 minus 25 is a 50-50 chance to learn this next one. So 1 to 50, I suppose. Rats.
New, and that's 1 day. Is it two? It's 1d 2 days, isn't it?
I do D2 days. Yeah, that's how I like to rule it.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll it and tell me how long it takes, or you want me to roll it?
I rolled it. It'll be 2 days.
Okay.
You're lying low, I assume? Are you coming down to the common room for food?
No, I will continue eating out of my backpack, but I will go to the common
Okay.
room to get water. And I would also... I'm injured. I would like the care of a doctor. So I will ask the innkeeper if he can send for a surgeon or a barber. Maybe that's what I say. I send... Could you send for a barber, please? I could use with a good shave.
Sure, yeah. That can be arranged. What wounds do you've taken an arrow and...
This session I've taken 2 arrow wounds.
Yeah.
And I was down 5 before the start of this session.
Yeah, so the barber will come up to your room.
I'll have him actually give me a nice close shave, and then as he's, cleaning up and finishing, I'll mention I have these other wounds that I'd like him to take a look at if he doesn't mind.
Yeah. Roll a charisma check.
Oh, Leon. 15. You are such a wet rag, Leon. You can't convince people to do anything.
Oh no, he'll patch you up, but he takes note of your grievous wounds.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like an arrow wound. You would have probably removed the arrow? Did you?
I hope I would have removed the arrow by now. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. This looks like a puncture wound. Are you stabbed?
Yeah. It's rough travel on the road, brigands and whatnot.
Yeah. Sort of. Have you got coin?
I jiggle my bag of copper, my big heavy bag of copper coins.
Stitchins ain't cheap. This will be 2 gold, he says. I think. There's services in the DMG, aren't there?
Something like that. 200 copper? Prices are outrageous, but I will pay them, of course.
Healthcare, Right, I think that's what,
Leon doesn't have insurance. It's got to pay up front.
I'm mostly just curious. $3 gold, actually. That's for a real doctor. I guess for a barber, we could say it's 2 gold.
Ugh. I grumble more to myself than to him. And I will pay him with gold. I'll reach into my other bag and produce 2 gold coins.
All right.
All right, paid.
His eyes light up. He cleans your wounds, patches you up. Okay, so you haven't recovered any HP, but that second day, you failed chill touch, and you regain 2 HP.
Woo, 10 out of 18. All right, then I'll keep hanging around.
Right. Roll. Let's see. What's the average of your charisma and your intelligence?
22 divided by 2 is 11.
All right. Roll a d20 plus 11. This will be like your nonchalantness roll. How well can you lie low?
25.
Yeah. Okay. You can hang here undisturbed. Perhaps at some point you do catch wind of sort of these the bastards men, the self-styled Baron of Ashenholt's men in red. You hanging around this tavern. Not this tavern, but I mean they come in at some point. I don't know if you spot them in the common room and run upstairs, or you just hear about it later.
Right. Yeah.
They came through. You're able to lie low here though, as long as you want. The surgeon was clearly suspicious of your injuries, but it seems like he hasn't let it slip. And you can keep shelling out gold and rolling spells as long as you feel like it.
Okay, well, I would like to... It's 2 gold a day. So I'll shell out another 2 gold for my second day of healing.
Yeah, you can... I think I'll let you do a streak. So if you get treated by a doctor... Yeah, if you get treated by a doctor and you are undisturbed, you can just keep gaining the 2 HP a day. Right? You don't need... At least in this case, I don't think you needed constant care. Right? He cleaned your wound, he stitched you up.
Okay, as long as I don't do anything to like.
As long as you get complete rest, I'll give you the 2 HP a day.
Okay, so I don't have to like.
Healing.
Yeah, I'm not.
If you interrupt it with travel, or if you go rolling around in the muck and get an infection or something, but you can
So I've already paid for 3 days of this room. I've spent 2 now, so I'll count for the 3rd day in the inn, bringing me to 12 HP, and that means I get to start to learn my next spell.
So that would be it'll be another 5 silver per night.
Yes,
for a 3rd night.
No, I already paid for 3 nights up front. It was 15 silver, right?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, but then no, because I that first night I didn't get to do anything. No, you're right. Yeah, because I spent 2 full days learning chill touch and failed it, and then the 3rd day would have been the first night. Okay, so then I'll shell out another. I'm just gonna do 5 silver a day and go do it day by day.
Yeah.
So
I assume you've got plenty of cash.
I have a lot of cash. Yeah.
So you can just decide retroactively how much it costs. We'll get it figured out.
Cool. Then I would like to try and learn Shocking Grasp. You want to roll for me how many days it takes? And
is that not air? It takes you 1 day.
Ooh, if it's air, I can't learn it at all.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me double check. That's a good call. Could be air. Stupid air elementalists. Don't they know the real power comes from the bones of the earth? It's not air.
Nice. I wasn't really expecting it to be.
It would be in a modern RPG.
No, your bar. So first level looks like Featherfall, Lasting Breath, Wall of Fog. Our bard.
Okay. So then this is going to be another 50-50. Which is a success.
Nice. So you learn Shocking Grasp.
How many days does it take me?
It was just 1 day. So
all right.
So we're 1 day.
At 14 HP and down another 5 silver. Then I'm going to go on to the next one, which is Taunt.
Okay.
Again, just a D100. Ooh, that's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
And how many days does that take?
2 days there. So you got 3 total. Okay. Or it seems like you're just going day by day.
18 more HP and another 10 silver. That's full HP then. I'm at max.
Okay.
The only
you
other
have more
spell left in the
spells to
book
learn?
is jump.
Did you finish that one though? Wasn't there a spell you got halfway through?
No, I did chill touch, shocking grasp, and taunt. Chill touch
No,
took.
I mean you didn't have enough read magic
Oh,
to read the whole
yes.
spell. That's jump, isn't it?
Oh, I think you might be right. It's marked in full.
Do you have anything marked as half?
I have something that starts on page 20, but I don't have a name for it. Oh, right, because I couldn't get all 20 pages. I got how many pages worth of read magic? It was cast at what level? Shit.
9th, so I think it was 18 pages.
Right, so I haven't finished. Jump I can't read. It's not.
Yeah.
It's incomplete. Okay.
Okay, so you can't learn jump.
Nope. Then
you
I'm
also failed at it. You failed at everything, right? So you need to level up.
Chilled magic.
You can learn anything.
Yeah, read magic, chill touch, and taunt are failed. So I just have shocking grasp and fist of stone.
Yeah.
And I would let's take a look at shocking grasp. It is also somatic and verbal. Fantastic. So I will expend a fist of stone to learn shocking grasp. I'll have one of each.
You could have done that at some point.
Yeah.
Do you do anything with that fist of stone, or you just cast it and let it fade?
I think I cast it and then just experiment with, how much force it can apply to this, and how much, can I crush this thing? Can I lift this thing? Will it allow me? Oh no, I can't do a one-handed push-up upside down with fist of stone because my bicep's not strong enough. Okay, it's just my hand, sort of thing. Or maybe I can do a one-handed push-up upside down with it.
I guess so. It is just your hand up your wrist or so.
So I could finger push up myself, but I couldn't do actual arm push up.
I think so. I don't know. It's got to be no. It's got to be your whole arm. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe my hand is 18-100, and then my forearm is 18-50, and then my bicep is 17 or something.
Well, there's no muscles really in your hand. Yeah. Well, I guess there's some in your palm, but your fingers are controlled entirely by tendons, and I think all those muscles are up in your forearm.
Okay, so maybe I can then do
just as his hand turns to stone, is frequently punch, smash, or crush objects, as if the wizard had 18-100. No, I guess it's probably just your hand, and then just past the wrist, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, Leon. I'm sorry, Maldris Pulgasari is rested.
I thought it was Pulgasari Maldris.
I went last name, first name. Bond, James Bond, Maldris Pulgasari, or Pulgasari, Maldris Pulgasari is how it should have been done.
You said it at once. You're not sure if they remember your name.
That's okay.
Still, they got a good look at you, but you're pretty nondescript, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I've learned quite a bit of magic here. I'm coming into my own as a wizard a little bit. But I have unanswered questions about read magic, chill touch, and taunt. Knowledge that escaped me. And while maybe mechanically I can't learn it until I've leveled up, Leon wants to maybe find someone that can answer some questions he has about magic. So at the end of... God, how many days was that in the... That was 2, 3, 4, 5 days here.
Yeah.
At the end of the 5 days, I will pack up my bags, not purchase another night here yet, go down to the innkeeper and ask them some questions.
All right. Do you want to take care of that now or after the break?
Why don't I ask the question now, and you can give me the answer on the other side if you want.
Sure.
So I go up to the innkeeper and say, my good sir, is there a sorcerer town, a warlock, a witch, a mage, a spellcaster, a geomancer, perhaps?
His eyes narrow, and we cut to a break.
See you guys.